Hades is a unique figure in Greek mythology, since he is the only significant deity who is not one of the 12 Olympians. In contrast to other well-known gods and goddesses like Zeus, Athena, Apollo, or Aphrodite, he does not live on Mount Olympus. Instead, Hades resides in the Underworld, where he rules and derives a significant portion of his power from it. Apart from the obvious power he had, some instances led to him being everyone's favorite. So, in today's video, we'll discuss 10 reasons why everyone liked him amongst all Greek gods. But before we start the video, let us take a moment to thank you for all liking our videos and subscribing to our channel, and helping us grow. So, as a treat to all you mythology lovers, we have a membership program where we post unique mythology videos. And as they say, there are no limits in love. We know you'll want to take our membership and enjoy the special videos we have in store. So, without further ado, get the membership today. Now, let's get into the story of Hades. Due to his connection of the dead, Hades has traditionally been depicted as an evil god, although this couldn't be further from reality. The real Hades followers know his character and the goodness of it. Here are 10 reasons that show us the same. The first reason on the list is that he was the least troublesome god by far. He did not attempt to overthrow his brother or his throne. The three brothers argued about who would control the three kingdoms after Zeus extracted everyone from Cronus' stomach. Then they decided to pull gems, each taking one out without looking at it. The diamond, which stood for the sky, was given to Zeus. Hades received the ruby, which represented the underworld, and Poseidon received the sapphire, which meant the sea. Hades was sure that his brothers had cheated somehow, but he was not in the mood to dispute and chose to leave things as they were. This depicts he was done with everyone's shit as he has faced it since birth. He chose peace over war and started ruling the underworld. He is the type of brother everyone deserved, but sadly never had. Moving on, we humans love our pets. And unanimously, dogs are everyone's favorite, isn't it? The next instance is that Hades loved his pets just as much as we do. This is the second most important reason, according to us. A three-headed dog named Cerberus guards the entrance to the underworld and keeps anyone from escaping. Did you know that some linguists think the Greek word for Cerberus means spot? Hades chooses one of the most likable and straightforward names for a lovely dog for his pet. As a result, Hades regards Cerberus as his faithful buddy and a beautiful, adorable dog. Who wouldn't love him after knowing this? The third reason is that the deity of the underworld also determines where the souls go after death. Whether or not they ascend to Elysium, heaven, or hell, no one is allowed to exit the underworld, which sounds like an incredibly fair regulation because souls shouldn't be wandering the earth. No matter who was the person on the other end, Hades was super effective at his work and did it with total honesty, which is why he was incredible at his job. The following reason is the most famous love story of Hades and Persephone. The love and emotional maturity that he has shown while pursuing her is definitely something his brothers can learn from. He did not rape or beat her while transporting her to the underworld. Instead, he was kind and generous in his treatment of her. Instead of treating her as his possession, he treated her as someone she could confide in and make friends with. Maybe this genuine love was why Persephone gave in and decided to accept Hades. He truly loved and respected his wife. Can you believe that he is the brother of Zeus? 'Cause we sure can't. The fifth reason on the list is that living alone in the world has definitely taught him more things than any other Olympian. Hades is the only god who lacks the desire to start a pointless conflict. He mostly just sits in the underworld and goes about his business, governing alongside his wife, Persephone. Unlike his siblings, Hades is completely devoted to his wife and does not feel the need to start a random plague. He definitely earned our respect with his no-drama attitude. The sixth reason is that one of the most amusing things about Hades is that he is a complete feminist, unlike his fellow gods and even certain goddesses. He treats women with respect and on equal footing. He is such a feminist that he placed Persephone, his wife, on the same level as his throne. Hades respects and treats his wife as a queen, refusing to impose on her any obligations as a wife. One instance of this can be seen when she once advised that he create a realm for the best mortal spirits, and he did so at her request. This is currently referred to be Elysium or heaven for humans. This shows that he respected her enough to know when she was right and accepted her suggestions instead of caressing his big-ass ego. Number 7 is that people frequently believe Hades' role is to judge souls as soon as they enter the underworld, but the opposite is actually true. The god of the underworld is nothing but organized. Hades' thunder brother wasn't the only one who kept a royal court. Each one plays a part in the process of releasing a person's soul into the underworld. The Morai, the goddesses of fate, choose the souls to be taken first. Thanatos and Charis, whose responsibility is to transport the souls to the underworld, come next. The Furies will ultimately decide whether or not these souls have lived honorable lives. Reason number 8 is that Hades was equally kind and just. Menippe and Medioche were chosen as sacrifices during a plague in their own Aeonia after the great huntsman Orion was killed. The couple from the underworld transformed the little girls into comets, out of compassion for them. This is an appropriate conclusion, considering that their father was transformed into the constellation Orion's Belt. Reason number 9 is that compared to the other gods, Hades was a lot more forgiving. Even after being in charge of the underworld, he was more worried about stopping souls from entering than anyone leaving. However, he occasionally offered the heroes who ventured into the depths of his world a chance for success. Consider the tale of Eurydice and Orpheus. Orpheus entered the underworld to retrieve Eurydice after a snakebite had killed her. Keep in mind that Hades' primary responsibility was to control and confine the spirits of the underworld. But after being seduced by the music Orpheus played, he consented to let Eurydice go. The only restriction he had was that as he let her out, Orpheus had to avoid looking at her. He could have easily cast Orpheus out or imprisoned him as a new soul in the underworld, but instead he gave him a chance to save his love. Right there is some good that other gods lacked. And finally, reason 10 is that compared to the majority of the Greek gods in the Greek pantheon, he was the most humble and benevolent god. Everyone respected him, including his brother Zeus, the king of the gods. Even more than his brother, whom most people regarded as the model of virtue, Hades was a god who took his responsibilities very seriously. Zeus was primarily revered for his power, not goodness, which was the underlying cause. Hades was concerned about the realm of the living, unlike most other gods who were just concerned with their well-being. It was his responsibility to ensure that the souls of the damned never destroy the living world. And that was it for this video. What do you think about this god who has definitely won our hearts? Do you think he is better than the other Olympians, or does your opinion vary? Don't forget to let us know in the comment box below. See you next time. Until then, stay mythical.